last night's gymnasium campout was not a ringing success, I would say. The hotel is along the highway here. It's a busy highway all through the night. Somehow this is a thoroughfare, even though it doesn't really look it. And it doesn't quiet down at any point. So I had my riding earplugs in all night long, which was only moderately effective. I suppose if you've got a habitation, Spanish, I suppose if you've got a room here, you know, you've got four walls, you're a little bit removed from the highway, but we were really just opened right up onto it. We might as well have been camped out alongside the highway. The only thing we were really kind of protected from in that sense is the dust. Pretty much any and every sort of vehicular movement meets with Whimsy's ear back approval.
So this is a lagoon that's surrounded by sand dunes. So it's sort of like Lago Atitlan surrounded by volcanoes, but it's sand dunes. But to me, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Greg's grandmother, Bella. She lived in Palm Springs in like a retirement home, and they had all the homes around it like this, and the laguna in the middle. This is exactly what this feels like to me.
Both of those analogies are false. So this is not like Atitlan with its three majestic volcanoes towering and crowning around a turquoise lake. That's not what we have here. And the retirement community in which my grandmother lived, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a closer comparison. So this place is called Huacachina. So this is Huacachina, and this restaurant is Huacachina. So the question is that clever, or is it kind of gross? I guess each can decide.
We made it to the Nazca Lines. It's been 10 years since we've been here, and so we decided to come back and check it out with Whimsy. When we came here before, there wasn't really all of this infrastructure in place. Whimsy. There wasn't really all this infrastructure in place, but now we can go up and take a look and see the lines from above. There are these huge lines that are in the desert here, so we're gonna look at those, and Whimsy's gonna be able to have a little break.
The correct way to see the Nazca Lines, if there is such a thing as a right and wrong way, and I guess there is in a sense, the best way, perhaps the best way to actually see them, is to go up in one of the little airplanes, little Cessnas, and you fly overhead and the pilot does really sharp turns, and you can look out the side and you can see these incredible like petroglyphs, or carving in the sand and in the rock that are these Nazca Lines. I did that about 15 years ago, and it sucked. It was absolutely horrible for my gut, and I got so nauseous, and it was just so unpleasant, and mostly just it demonstrates what a pussy I am. So the joke between Jessica and I from years and versions of ourselves past is that in our very first moto trip, Jess was always the one who would kind of pull into the parking spot, pull into the hotel, and kind of be like, all right, I'm gonna go up and get the air conditioning on, and I'll make sure it's cold for you when you get there. As in, you take the stuff and I'll prep the environment so that I am preparing it for you. Which is to say, I need to hurry up and get into the air conditioning. Whimsy has really taken over from Jess in that kind of a mentality, in that she basically just bolts up ahead to wherever there's shade and says, essentially, I'll wait for you in the shade to catch up so that we'll be here and you'll know where the shade is when you get here. We've just pulled into our hotel parking garage here just across from the hotel, and not had we even turned off the engine, and a woman and her son came over asking to take a photo.
What I don't understand is we come into this hotel and it's for two people. There's a bed for two people. They only have one towel. Do people like share towels? Like I do not understand it.